My name is Maxim Tarasiouk. I immigrated to Canada in '97 from a country called Belarus. I'm currently a CEO of a tech startup in Calgary, and this is my story. So we immigrated as a family, mom, dad, and sister in '97 from Belarus to Canada. We came in August, warm summer day, it was beautiful. Then the winter hit, and it was crazy. I started to question why we came here, because it was so cold. But over time, my dad was a pessimist. He came from a communist country. He never really wanted to be in Canada in general. So I think my parents had this disconnect. They ended up getting divorced, which was tough for a 14, 15-year-old kid. What I ended up doing is I started to try to fit in with other kids that have strong foundational families. So I started to drink. I started to do whatever kids do when they're young to fit in, right? I would smoke cigarettes that led to drugs, and probably for about 5 years I kind of wasted my life. I didn't have close relationships with my parents. I kind of was a little rebel running around. And then the one night that I came home from a party, I was laying there in the bed, and I just looked up and I just said, God, I know you have a bigger plan for me. I know that there's something waiting for me in my life. At that moment, I decided to make a change. So I left everything behind. I ended up coming to Calgary and pursuing a career. And I remember getting my first job here in this same industry that I'm in now, which is software. And I got the offer letter, and I was driving home, and I had to pull over on the side of 𝒔𝓿𝒻 because I was just so grateful for God and His blessings. And I started to realize that, in that moment when I was in that dark room, that God has a plan, that He loves His children, that He will take care of you. Also, I got exposed to a lot more money and the success as is defined by the standards of the society. It started to get to me, right? So I would start to work too much. I would start to focus on chasing the big checks, chasing the big deals, the houses, the cars, whatever else, and all of that in the midst. Mom got diagnosed with cancer, brain cancer. She basically said, she recalls being under during the surgery, and she said God came to her and said are you ready to come be with me? She had this out-of-body experience where she kind of looked down and saw us, and she said, no, I want to be with my children. I want to help them. So even during that time, she helped us a lot. Fast forward to I think 12, 13, where she got, the tumor came back. It got a little worse, and her health started to deteriorate. And all of this while I'm chasing, this business thing, because there's a chip on my shoulder as an immigrant. I want to help my family, right? The last year of Mom's life, I spent a lot of time with her, and during that time I saw a realization of hey, the job thing, that's not what this life is about. It's the value and time that we have. It's the love between your close ones. That's the real success. That's the real beauty of this life in the moment, right? Enjoying every moment. I think that was Mom's gift to me when she left to be with the good Lord. She gave me the gift of understanding that time is precious, time is valuable, that it's important to be, to have a good heart, be close to God, and just be a clean spirit. We need to do business differently, where we can do God's work through this machine, right? Let Him decide what we should be doing. Let Him make the impact, and that's what it's all about now. It's about making an impact and bringing those people in and helping them grow with the company, and then just giving back into communities. Add that with the precious value of time, the gift that I got from my mom. I think it makes it for a really meaningful, purposeful life, where you're not just focusing on profits. We could all do that, but we're focusing on just creating a good business with integrity, honesty, and all those principles that Christ taught us. I think the most important part is to know that God loves you, and we're not defined by this world, right? Know that God has placed dreams in your heart that you can achieve, and put God first in everything that you do, because remember, God has a plan for your life.